I think the overarching story or theme of this film is really about kind of self-discovery and learning about who you are and where you came from. And also really about kind of tapping into your true self. And, you know, Evie's story, she very much thought she was alone in the world and she's really craving connection and a support system. But what she kind of realizes is that she has that already within herself, and but she's looking for it in other places when actually she really does have the kind of courage and strength within her. This movie, I guess, subverts some of those traditional thriller horror things because of the context of the movie is very modern. Like, we meet her, she's in New York, she's, you know, everything about it is very modern. And I think what I guess can add to the creepiness is the fact that this could happen to anybody. Like, she takes a DNA test and discovers some distant cousin. I mean, so many people take DNA tests just to find out things about their heritage. And, you know, I know so many people that have done it, people in my family, friends. And so it's the idea of like how that story just goes horribly wrong. In this movie, he ultimately plays two characters because he is the Walt that's very charming and, you know, seduces and charms Evie, and then he's like a monster as well. And the transition into that character and the sort of little seeds that he dropped and throughout his performance were just so well done. And he's just like a lovely, sweet, like supportive, collaborative actor. You know, we really found a great chemistry, I think, and a really great vibe. And he was so open and, you know, very, very patient with me as well. And yeah, like we became each other's cheerleaders as well, because it's, you know, it's tough sometimes on set and you're tired, you don't know what's going on, you're like, oh, you know, how am I doing? I don't know. And he was really great at, like, we just were good at holding each other down like that. And he was just fantastic and a sweetheart. And we had a lot of fun working together. Working with Jessica was, it was great fun. I mean, she's super smart, really knows what she wants, and she really trusted us to, you know, bring our characters to life. And, you know, that she'd poured a lot of herself into the story too. And I think, like, she was really connected to Evie and Evie's journey, and it was great. I mean, I really enjoyed working with her. Like I said, she's super smart, knows what she wants. I guess I just hope that audiences just enjoy the thrill and the ride of the story. Like, that's one of the things about going to watch a thriller or a horror, is like the scares and the experience of like watching it with people and being like just on that journey with us. And so I want them to come away feeling like they were entertained and they had fun, and they they got to see a good horror movie, and yeah, they just had a good time.
This film certainly fits into the suspenseful horror genre because everything isn't quite as it seems, uh, as an audience member, but also for the protagonist, Evie, who's played by Nathalie. And we come into this world that's very, very unknown, very regal, very detached from normality and from society, especially Evie's world. And there's so much uncertainty, there's not a lot of clarity and individuals and just the whole setup generally. I feel like the cool thing about this movie and how it subverts the classical horror genre, um, because I feel like initially it's very relatable. It's intertwined with modern technology, and it is very relatable how Evie is and how Evie lives and how she grows up and her experience in life. And I mean, it could be you, it could be anyone. And I also think that for a horror movie, there's a huge romantic element. So it could almost pass as a romance film until things happen. Working with Nathalie was amazing. She's definitely one of the best people I've ever worked with. She's so talented, but she's so kind, so caring. She's very kind of generous with her time and her energy, and she was for sure the best number one on the call sheet that I've ever worked with. She was working all day, every day, but she took time with everyone, and she took time with me to really gel the whole cast and team together, which I thought was really, really amazing and incredibly professional. But she's also just really fun. Like, I had such a good laugh with her. You're in the middle of nowhere and hungry at 5 a.m. It's good to be able to have someone like Nathalie Emmanuel with you. Oh, Jessica's amazing. I actually I got a call saying there's this movie, you should definitely do it. Jessica's doing it. And I got on a call with her, and she was so sweet and got the job, flew out, and I never heard her complain one time. Never heard her raise her voice. Just like the utmost professional. So fun. Such a great Australian sense of humour, which fit perfectly with me because I'm Scottish. Really created a safe space, very fun space, incredibly knowledgeable about her craft. And yeah, just learned so much from her every day and had just the best time with her. I hope that the audience enjoys the film first and foremost. I think that it would be amazing if you got scared sometimes. I hope you don't see things coming and you're pleasantly surprised or unpleasantly surprised.
I've always wanted to make a horror film, and I just wanted the right one to come along. And to me, what I deliver is, authentic, real human relationships, and I think the best horror films always have those, always have you caring about the lead, about their story, about their plight, and that's what I wanted to deliver to the genre space. I was just drawn to her. I always thought she had like a beautiful presence on screen, and she's absolutely emanated that into the role of Evie. She's put her all into this role, and she's just fascinating, and she's wonderful to work with. She's really led this cast, and this is her first time leading a cast, being number one on the call sheet, and she's absolutely delivered. She's every single day comes in and just is such a perfectionist and gives her all to every single moment, but also is just one of the most empathetic and beautiful people that I've ever met, and really is gracious and an incredible person to work with. We've got Thomas Doherty, who I have to say, I didn't know about. His agent and I are friends, and she sent me his materials, and I really was taken aback. It felt like discovering someone. It felt, you don't come across that as a director. It's like the thing that you hope to do, that you find that person with that X factor, whether it's that Leonardo DiCaprio or that, Emma Stone or whoever it is. And I watched it and I was like, oh, there's something about him. And he was the only person that I forwarded to the producers. And I said, we need to watch him and we should get him to audition. And he auditioned for me and absolutely blew it out of the water, and he's incredible. And he is just someone who you can't not watch. Autumn Aiken, the cinematographer, and I worked on my first film, The Light of the Moon, and we worked so well together. We have a real symbiotic relationship where we almost don't even need to communicate with each other verbally. We understand exactly what we need out of the role and out of the characters, out of the design, out of the lighting, out of the camera moves. So getting to work with her on this film has been truly wonderful. She's really my right-hand woman, and we make incredible pictures together, and she has really put her unique mark all over this film in terms of the beautiful lighting and the jewel tones, and Felicity Abbott, our production designer, has really gone all out with these sets. She's really risen above and beyond, and these sets are absolutely incredible, and they really sell the fantasy and the nightmare. And Danielle Knox, our costume designer, these costumes are stunning. She's, absolutely, I gave her some incredible creative briefs that I thought she wouldn't be able to necessarily achieve, and somehow she's just on this budget level, and she's taken it and she's gone full hog with it, and it just looks absolutely wonderful. Nora Robertson, our hair and makeup artist, our hair and makeup designer, she's been such a pleasure to work with, and has really created so many of these unique looks that we have for each of our characters. Yeah, we've got an incredible crew that have really all banded together to, for the love of this film. This film literally has it all. It's kind of like the films that I loved watching in my childhood in the 90s. It's really got, it's got romance, it's got horror, it's got action, it's fun, it's quite a ride, it's entertaining, but also it's a full cinematic experience. It's got, the sound design and the music and the composition is going to be out of this world, and I think it's something that you truly have to experience in the cinema. To me, I love going to the theatre. It's my holy place, and this is exactly the kind of film that you want to watch in the theatre.